Hello guys, this is Wonderby Trading and we're carrying on with our weekly Bitcoin and Ethereum price analysis. So let's get straight into the content, and as you can see in front of you, the typical four charts which are related to Bitcoin. The one on top left is the CME Futures, the one on top right is the BTC Dominance, and the two at the bottom are different BTC USDT price charts from different exchanges. The one on the left is Bitstamp, the one on the right is Binance. So, without any drawings, what we can see here is that during the yesterday session, so on Sunday, there was quite a nice move up. However, throughout the previous week, mostly we could have seen how the altcoins and the BTC was depreciating. However, the move that we saw yesterday almost finished at the same level as we started the week. So let's put all our drawings over here. Go to the daily charts and start from the BTC Futures. So what we can see here is another gap which was formed, and again this was primarily due to the fact that yesterday the market was actually quite bullish, and we could have seen some upward movement, and this created the gap. You can see it clearly on a 4-hour time frame. We can carefully label it like this. The previous gap, you can see that it was closed with the week on the 22nd of January, so we're gonna remove that one. We're currently on the 4-hour chart testing the 50 MA as a resistance, and based on the fact that we do have this CME future gap formed, we might see that this resistance can hold during this week. So if you remember, there's a 70% chance, 75% chance that this gap is going to be filled during the first week. So back to the daily graph, and a very similar story over here. We could have seen the 22nd and 23rd was quite a negative red candles for Bitcoin futures, and we're once again below the 200 MA now. 200 is acting as a resistance, and we expect it to go down and touch this downward channel. So recheck this downward channel. This will be a nice setup for the BTC futures to carry on the growth if this level could be held as the level of support. Let's go to the BTC dominance and look at what's happening over there. So we currently checked this downward channel. What we're expecting right now is a small rebound back, and maybe check this channel once again, or if the altcoins will pump or depreciate slower, then what we would see is that the BTC dominance will go into that channel and will start bouncing over there. Currently, it's hard to say whether this will actually happen, but the most important thing, if we're talking about technical analysis of this particular chart, is that we finally had the dev cross over here on a daily. So we should expect the altcoins to grow faster or depreciate slower, but usually if we can see the growth of the BTC, the altcoin should go faster. And some of the altcoins were actually pumping quite nicely last week as well. Dash, Ethereum Classic, and Zcash, three top altcoins that were pumping as crazy. Let's go to the Bitstamp chart. So to see the long-term picture, and we'll switch to the dailies over here. And once again, so as we saw the previous week, we had a nice week here because the price moved down during the 22nd and 23rd of January, and then yesterday we bought everything back, well, almost everything. So we started from 8,600, we finished at around 8,500. So just 100 a week. It's a very small movement, taking Bitcoin into consideration. The problem here is the volume. So if we go to the daily chart, we can see that yesterday the volume was not that good. It didn't break the 20 MA. It was okay. It was more than the previous 2 days. However, we still would like to see a nice increase in volume, something like that, when the price is actually moving up. So when we had at least some upward movement and upward momentum. We still haven't reached any targets based on the Fibonacci level, so this is exactly what we're expecting. to reach at least 0.38 or 38%. And we can see that on a daily, the 200 MA is acting as a resistance, and a very nice resistance, and we're gonna start consolidating between the 200 MA and a 50 MA. This is exactly what we expect in the nearest future. If we can hold this area between the 38% and 50% of Fibonacci retracement, then we can expect the price to go up. However, there will be another barrier over here, which will be a potential double top formation. If we're gonna break this one, then there's definitely an upward move towards the new highs. Let's go to the Binance exchange and look at the 4-hour chart to see what's developing over here. And again, yesterday you could have seen a nice candles moving upward. The volume was increasing on the 4-hour candles, but again, taking into consideration that it wasn't enough during the day, what we can expect is the further downward move. We might expect the further divergence over here in the short term, so the price should go up while the RSI index will go down based on the highs. And then retesting the 200 MA and the 4-hour chart as a line of support. Switching to the daily, yes, we can probably see that something like a double top is forming over here. If it will be formed, then we're definitely going down to touch the and recheck the downward channel from which we broke out. And this is the main message of this week in particular. Let's go to Ethereum. And again, we'll start without any drawings. We'll start from the weekly price chart. Very similar pattern over here. What we can see is that Ethereum is finished the week at the same price as it started the week. And again, primarily it was due to the yesterday's move. So even though the starting from the midweek we're going down, the move on Sunday cancelled almost all previous free bars, and we finished almost at the same price as we started. A very similar picture over here with Bitcoin. We can see that the 200 MA is acting as a resistance. We can see that the 50 is down below, so we'll start consolidating. And this is actually what we predicted last time. So please watch the previous video if you want to see why we formed this triangle over here. And this is exactly how it was behaving. So we're going into this sort of consolidation, and we broke out of the triangle with a nice volume. We'll need to recheck at least 200 MA, but it's better to look at the 4-hour chart. But a very similar story. So we broke out of the triangle, nice volume above the average. We broke above the 50 MA. So what we expect here is to form another top and then go down. If this support now will not hold, we're going down. If it will hold, we might be in a horizontal channel for some time. And this will may become the consolidation area where the accumulation will take place. Okay guys, that was it. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned with our weekly analysis of BTC and Ethereum. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, subscribe to our Telegram channel. We are currently putting there the signals from our trading bots from Wunderby Trading. And best of luck with your trading.